Some creature has been pooing on my balcony. These look suspiciously like mouse droppings. But I'm on the 8th floor of a tower block. How is this even possible? Do mice even like climbing? Raffles tends to want to go out there and hang around for a while, and I know she senses something. How on earth is there a mouse this high up? I don't leave any food out. My cupboards are well maintained and guarded. There definitely isn't a mouse inside the flat, or Raffles, particularly Raffles, would have lit this entire place up. She's the one with a high prey drive, and she loves to kill rodents. Guinness would have offered it a biscuit and given it some shelter. Anyway, I digress. My feelings are inconsequential in this matter. There is a mouse and it probably wanders balconies and I'm happy for it, but I wish it would stop pooping on mine. To try to get back on track, I was talking to my mum the other day. Just a random conversation, mother and daughter, shooting the breeze. I expressed some frustration about not having achieved certain things yet. I'm working quite well, but it's all going so slowly, whilst I could see others achieving in super record time. This doesn't mean their accolades came easily to them. It just means to me that I was just being too slow. My mum, ever insightful and sharp-tongued, said something to me that still bounces off. We can either send you money, I can ask them to authorize it. Don't ask, my family dynamics are rather complicated. Or you can look at your diary and how you're spending your time. My answer was in the second part of the advice. Interestingly, even though I was good at managing my time, I sometimes fell short. In the last few months, my diary has been filled with so many different teaching activities, and I was being stretched thin. I was also spending a lot of time traveling to and from work, which for me represents unproductive time. It's only like a 20-minute journey one way, but a return is 40 minutes, and it starts to add up. It can take 4 minutes to start on a life-changing task that can essentially clear my workload, so I realized I had to be more efficient with my time. I also didn't want handouts, as the offer was very sweet, but too many handouts had gotten me where I was. If you keep giving out free money, how does anyone really make it on their own? I had the gadgets, the ideas, and the energy. I realized it was just me and my timing was off, so I set about correcting it. And I've steadily done that in the last week. I've cleared up my teaching calendar, so I only work for a certain block in a day. I'll still do occasional cover for my colleagues, but that's it. I also wouldn't work past 1 p.m. I realise I've been rather ungrateful. I have a fairly simple living arrangement, and my rent, by world standards, is fairly cheap. So why didn't I just choose to lock it all down and focus, now and here, in this moment, and get all the productivity done and all the work out of the way? I guess the reason is I was too comfortable being comfortable. I've never had to concentrate or focus for long periods of time to get things done. And if things had been easy, I always expected them to fall on my lap. So I set about clearing my schedule and settling down. I want to see the results in 30 days. I just want to sit down, focus, and get work done. Get my scripts typed up, work on my writing, spend my allotted 15 minutes a day cleaning. Is that enough? Anyway, and see if all the work ends up piling on me again. Somehow I think this will be different. As human beings, we tend to take on different quests to distract ourselves. Perhaps we are afraid of what we might find. Some of us are terrified about the changes success might bring. I do not want to recap of my 20s. That was awful. It was a period of my life where I earned the most and was very financially successful, yet I was extremely miserable. Some of us are also scared of dealing with success and the attention it brings. I know I am. But I've come to realize I just have to control my reaction to it all. And as long as I can control my emotions, I'm the one in the driving seat, nobody else. Sometimes I realize I'm too hard on myself, as there are legitimate reasons why I haven't done everything I should have done. First off, I've been diagnosed with fibroids, and some say this should be a fairly common thing, but it can be quite debilitating. However, sharing this with a friend and just speaking to her for a few hours a few days ago made me realize that we both have the same condition. And she was very quick to tell me that after having hers for years, mine wasn't that bad. It wasn't affecting me on a day-to-day basis. She had gotten to the point where she couldn't physically move. She couldn't go to work. That gave me a lot of hope, as it means that I don't have to be scared into an operation just yet. And that makes me feel so grateful. I've also had 1 or 2 other health issues come up, which are quite debilitating in their own way, and it's important for me to realize that. I've also stopped comparing myself to my friends and other people I know. Luckily, it was never about jealousy or wishing them ill will. Not at all, but it was always about why I hadn't been able to do as much as they had. As a close friend said the other day, "Oyinda, you are a dreamer, and you just work differently." Please note, this is someone who has known me from school and would have to intervene and snap me out of my dream world when the teacher was speaking to me. Her words were a great comfort, as it made me realize that we were indeed all different, working to different specifications, capabilities, and in very different conditions. I like to romanticize the process, whilst they were more efficient about getting things done. I'm going to try to be more efficient with my time and learn to optimize myself better. So, for the rest of the year and for the next 30 days, I have a focus, and I'm not going to distract myself with other tasks that take me away from my work and only serve to act as a distraction. Wish me luck. And to the rest of us who are struggling to knuckle down and focus, let's use this month as our push and just get things done. Our mental and emotional health will be all the better.